This is a neglected and poorly maintained BMW E92 335i. Every part of this car needed some love, from the wheels to the body, the interior, transmission, and even the N55 engine. We figured this would be the perfect car to receive an epic makeover. We shared our vision with a highly interested customer and he was all for it. So we began. In part 1 of this video series, we tackled maintenance and performance. We upgraded the stock clapped turbo to a pure stage 2 one, swapped out the radiator for a CSF high performance one, installed a full HKS exhaust system, installed an AFE intake, and covered several maintenance items like the spark plugs, coils, the clutch, gaskets, and the water pump. Now it's time to finish up the car and install the remaining upgrades and surprise the new owner with the E92. Quick interruption, guys. We are running a Black Friday sale on our website, vehiclevirals.com. A lot of you guys asked for it, so we made it happen. Some of the discounts are so saucy that we're actually losing money on it. Well, I'm trying to help you guys out for this short weekend sale. We have CSF products up to $700 off. That includes the S63 charge coolers, the S55 charge cooler, and even the front mount intercoolers for the N54 and N55e chassis models. We're also offering 15% off VTT products, digital clusters, head units, boot mod 3 tunes, AWE exhaust setups, and we have some pretty outrageous discounts on merchandise. In particular, $10 Vehicle Virals hoodie, black or navy. I mean, that's a steal. And we have hundreds of other products at a minimum of 10% off. So this is definitely the biggest sale that I run all year. I think you guys should take advantage and help support the channel at the same time. I'll leave a link to our website down in the video's description. It's vehiclevirals.com. If you guys watched the first episode on the E92, you guys would know that it came with these Arc 8 Apex wheels, which typically look very good on BMWs, but they were in very, very bad condition. We thought maybe we would refurbish them, get them powder coated and install them until we found out that 2 of the wheels had cracks. So we decided to go a different route. The customer agreed on these wheels right here, which I think is going to contrast very well with the wrap that's on the E92 right now. These are a set of raised wheels, gram lights. It's a square setup, 18x9 all the way around, finished in this beautiful gloss black color. Guys, these are not only wheels that can completely transform the look of your car, but they're also reasonably priced. As far as the tire option, we went with Toyo Proxy Sports 235 40 up front. And for the rears, we're actually gonna make a change here. We went with 255 35 because they're gonna be for the original Apex wheels, but we didn't like what they look like on these wheels. So we're gonna go with a 40 sidewall, which should be at the shop very soon. If you guys are interested in any of the parts that we are installing on the E92 to transform it, make sure to check the links down in the video's description. We do sell a lot of these parts directly on our website. Let's start out with a massive reveal up front. Here's what the body of the car looked like before. Terrible shape and didn't look aggressive at all. And here's what it looks like now after being wrapped. We allowed the customer to choose the color. It's a matte pearl white color that definitely looks unique and stands out.
What you think of the wrap, bro? What the f? Censor that!
I like it. It just looks clean to me. I think it will look good with the carbon and the whatever.
The raised wheels?
Yeah. I think it will look pretty good.
What you think, bro?
It look good with the wheels for sure.
For sure.
It ain't that bad.
All right, we're gonna get these wheels on. See what they look like.
Oh, that's right, we're running spacers, I forgot. So we're gonna be running 12 mil up front and 15 in the rear, just to make the wheels look a little bit more aggressive. And we had more time for like a custom set. Maybe the customer would have agreed to that, but they want the car as soon as possible, so just do some spacers. All right, good to go. Like I said, I think the contrast here with the pearl white matte finish with the gloss black, perfect match. I think the fitment up front is very nice. Conservative, obviously. It's not like super aggressive. As far as the rear, pretty good. As far as flush, we'll increase the sidewall size so it looks a little bit beefier. As far as the center caps, it's an optional thing that we didn't get because these are technically race wheels. You don't need center caps for that. Something we might or might not get by the end of the video. We'll see. 2 sets of carbon fiber covers for the E92. These are the ones that we sell. These are the real deal. Dry carbon, the real stuff. Very, very light and much stronger than the opposite option, which are these wet carbon which is essentially a layer of carbon with plastic. It's much heavier. These are more prone to like bubbling up and stuff like that. So we're not using this stuff. We're gonna use this. So how these install, they're not the direct replacements, so no need of going in here and removing the OEM one. Those are typically a little bit more expensive and fitment is kind of finicky on a lot of the ones that you see online. This one just goes right over the existing one. Obviously we'll have double-sided tape right here and it'll apply just like that. It's the same style that I have on my E90 and I've been using it for about a year and a half. Still looks like new, still looks great. And it's a much easier install at a lower cost since you're not getting the clips and all that extra stuff. Woo! Me like that install. Look at that, guys. Very, very, very fast DIY. Less than 5 minutes. Transform the mirror covers on your BMW. It perfectly follows the line of the OEM cap, goes all the way up to the bottom. Right here, fitment is spot on right here. This fits, follows all the lines. It's nice and sturdy. That's right, looks good. So we got the trunk spoiler next. It's an N performance style one. It gives the car the right amount of aggression. It's not over the top like some other trunk spoilers I've seen. This is just, I guess, like an OEM plus look. It's really easy to install because it follows the line of the trunk right here. So you really can't install it wrong. It'll sit right there. You see where it just stops right here? It just stops. That's as far as you want to go. Get that on there snugly. Obviously, as OCD as I am, I want to make sure I get the fitment on the sides to be even on both the right and left side. No. Okay.
Certified in 3M. Without the janitor. I gotta pick up after him.
All right, push down, peasant.
Yes, sir.
Certified. That look good. That look good. That look good. Car just gained like 10 horsepower after this mod. Oh. The reason Ali keeps doing it, and now I'm doing it, and now Mike's doing it, it's all in our head because of this. I don't know if I can show you guys that. It might copyright me and steal all the ad revenue. All right, so moving on to the carbon fiber diffuser. Yes. So this is gonna match very good with the trunk spoiler. A lot more aggressive. You don't have any of the fins on the stock one. And on the carbon one, you have 3 aggressive looking fins, and you have like this line that goes across right here.
Installing the rear diffuser was very tricky. Not sure if it was because we were installing it on an aftermarket rear bumper or because the diffuser itself wasn't the right size. We eventually made it work, but since it didn't work out correctly out of the box, I decided to take it off our website until we make the changes it needs to be near perfect. Now it was time for the front lip, probably the one exterior mod we were mostly excited about. Unlike the rear diffuser, the front lip had great fitment. It was super easy to mock up and it looked amazing.
Ta-da! Man, I think the carbon fiber with the white, it's a good combo. I guess we did this off camera. I don't even remember when we did the grills. And the guys at Guardian Wrap added an anniversary badge, which I just noticed. Look at that, anniversary, bruh. Brand new car. This is probably the easiest, most simplest mod you can do to your BMW. It's also very affordable. We already pre-installed the start-stop button, but even if, let's say you already have it installed onto your car, you sell it with a little kit, just like an adhesive where you can pop off the button relatively easy and then snap in a new one. We have them in blue, yellow, red. Very easy to do, guys. Really changes the look of that section of your car on the inside. And let's go ahead and install it. It's not candy. This is not candy, guys.
It's candy.
But I'm gonna take a lot of this off anyways, because while we're here, we're gonna do the Extrons unit and we'll do the inductive wireless charger for this car. Pad sits right here with the tray that they include. It's a very nice OEM look with having that extra capability. We'll also be changing out these cup holders, as you can see. Doesn't even work. Clapped. Just like that. Get the cable off for the start-stop button. We'll pop this one out. Very clapped. This is definitely gonna look miles better, guys. Goes right in. If you have one already installed, you don't even need to take this off to replace it. You use the adhesive, pop off the top one, which is just clipped on, and then push in the other one. It's very easy to do. Y'all know what it's like. I come from my side of this.
Off the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things, couple big change, up a state lines.
Oh, that is about to be crispy city in here. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got you.
No. Hey, we do things the right way around here, bruh. Don't. This ain't Wyatt Wapster's channel.
I hit being on the road. Waters at home when I'm home. Watching my
There you go. You got it out. Oh, satisfying.
groove. You know I'm nice, I'm not rude. Got no time for attitudes. Energy. Yeah.
Oh. Damn. Hey, watch it. Wow, that one really took its time. Moving on.
From that lane, I can still wake up and ball out. All in my court, I go ball out. Look at my baby go all out. Energy.
So we'll quickly talk about the Extrons unit. We'll put on an E92. This is the entry-level model, which is still good enough. It has plenty of memory, 64 gigs, 2 gigabytes of RAM. It has an Android 12 interface, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay wirelessly, so you don't need any wire to connect to this device. Replaces the OEM unit and literally fits just like OEM, so it doesn't change anything. 8.8 display. Obviously the graphics, the UI looks a lot cleaner than the OEM stuff, since that's back from like 2006, 2007. So easiest way to modernize your car, add extra features, Google Maps, YouTube, Play Store, App Store, download whatever you guys want. Very flexible. What comes with this particular head unit, we have the harness. So that's gonna connect to the OEM harness and go to the back of the Extrons unit. Wi-Fi extension cable, so if you're running hotspot. GPS antenna, if you guys wanna run the native GPS setup that's within the Extrons device. You also have some USB cables here that you can connect to the back of the system. This allows you to run a wired version of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, or if you just wanted to plug up a USB so you can watch movies and stuff like that, that's what this is for. Aux cable. A lot of these cars require you to plug in the aux cable from the head unit to the OEM port in the center console. Some cars, depending on the solid package that the car comes with, you may not need it, but some cars require it. So you purchase one of these units, you get a lot of people always emailing the team asking why their unit doesn't have any sound. You might have forgot this step right here.
Hello, hey Tracy with the good heels on. Let me tell you about my day, it won't be real long. Woke up to a Red Bull before I wash my face. I'm gonna need all the energy if I'ma see this day. Work hard, play hard.
One of the most difficult parts when installing these aftermarket head units and the additional harness is trying to hide it somewhere in there where you can push the unit back in. So it's just much easier once you remove this plastic frame here. And all you have to do is pull down on the top of the trim. Right, why they give you the tweezers for those small. You don't need a professional shop to install this unit. Everything is plug and play. No coding required, and it just works. Units that you purchase from us come with instructions. We have plenty of videos that go over various different models. Feel confident to do it yourself and just email us if you have any questions. Fiber optic cable. You need this for audio, and it's not gonna work if you keep it on the OEM harness. This needs to be transferred over to the blank spot on the Extrons one. This green and black one over to here, or you won't have audio. So that and the aux cable are very important. Boop. That's it. That's it. Locks into place. This goes on the back of this unit right here. This is very bulky. If you let it sit back here, you're not gonna be able to get it to sit flush. There's a section in this corner right here. Bottom left, guys. Bottom left. There's literally like a empty area where you can store it. There's also one on this side, but I find it easier to just do it there. Pick that spot. Definitely the part that takes the most patience, because we were trying to route everything to the top here so we can connect it to the screen. But we routed the relay, which is sitting right here. There's a hole back here where you can wrap around and it exits through the back side. This is definitely the best time to test the screen to make sure it works and test the sound. We're not gonna be able to test the sound because I don't have an aux port. on the car. So we'll do that later on. But if you guys are installing this, please check the sound, check the connection before you put anything back on. You don't want to take this stuff apart. It's not fun. It is working. So over here we have the display. Here's the main menu for this specific head unit. Very sleek. You can download any apps available in the Play Store for Android, so you have access to pretty much anything. Auto Link is going to be your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and if you have an Apple device, it's going to be an Apple UI. So you can control the screen just by touching it, but you can also use the factory iDrive. With these Extrons units, you're not losing anything that you used to have with the old head unit, guys. So don't think you're losing out on the OEM BMW UI where you can check the tire pressure and the oil level and stuff like that. You still have access to that. That's the cool part about the screen. You retain that, but then you get additional features. So all you have to do is hold the menu button down here. And look at that. You got your BMW OEM stuff. You haven't lost anything. I won't go super deep into the Extrons head unit, guys, because you know I've made a ton of these videos on my YouTube channel. So feel free to browse the channel and take a look at those videos where I really spend 20-30 minutes like digging into the features, the pros and cons and stuff like that. Anyways, moving on to the next thing. So I'm gonna install one of my favorite mods I've ever done to the E90. It's very simple, it's inexpensive. Again, just like the Extrons unit, modernizes the interior of your old BMW. This is a wireless charger system from a company called Inductive. Legit looks like OEM. Has a wireless pad right here. To connect it is pretty simple. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to take some panels off and stuff like that, but anybody can do it. If you have an LCI car, you're gonna have a tray like this, so you can technically just buy the wireless pad that goes right here. If you have a pre-LCI car that comes with the smoker's package, then you'd have to get the optional tray. And it's a clean swap. Even if you have this style of tray, I just find it a lot easier. Pay the extra 40 bucks and just uninstall this one, which is 4 T10 screws. And it's an easy swap, already comes built for you, you don't have to do anything. Oh yeah, you get this connector right here that connects to the car's factory 12-volt supply, which I'll show you guys exactly how to run it and how to connect it. As you see, looks like a factory setup, no gaps, pretty clean all the way around, pad right in the middle. The first step is removing the trim here. Then you'll run the cables here all the way to the back section. We'll pull off the e-brake boot. There you go. And we'll run that harness all the way towards the back side of the car, where you have to remove some things here to plug it into the factory 12-volt supply. With E90, E91 cars, there's just a cover here where the vents are at. Pry that off like I've done in a previous video. This part needs to come off. This portion needs to come off. So you got some side clips similar to the E90, which need to be released. Ta-da! That's what you need to plug into. That's it right there. Just get it to the bottom side, which is right here. And that will allow you to bring it this way. That. We just tuck it in there. Perfect. All right, just gonna put everything back together and then we'll move up to the front and test it out. All right, so we're just routing this around this area, around the shifter. And we're gonna slide this underneath the brace here. We'll connect it to the back of the inductive wireless charger, which is right there. All right, let's test the wireless charger out. Boom, there you go. Magical. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna tune the car. We'll be using MHD, which is normally what we use on all of our BMWs here at the shop. I went ahead and downloaded MHD N55i, which is gonna be for this car. And we're gonna be using the wireless MHD adapter, which is universal, works on E, F, and G chassis, along with the A90 Super as well. So you just connect this to the OBD port. You'll connect from your phones, Wi-Fi, over to the port, and then you can open up the app and start tuning. So you'll make sure that the car is in key position 2, which is what we have. And then this is the interface for MHD. First thing I always recommend people do when they buy the MHD adapter is update the firmware. I mean, you'll go to codes here and you'll read DME codes. Once you do that, if the adapter is not updated yet, it'll start downloading the firmware and installing it. So a lot of people have issues when they first get the adapter. It just needs the firmware to be updated and then it'll work like butter. We'll go to tune right here. We're actually gonna do an OTS map, which stands for off-the-shelf map. Obviously we have an upgraded turbo, stage 2 from Pure. Ideally you would want a custom tune for that. An OTS map is normally not recommended because those are meant for a stock turbo system. Customer doesn't want to go custom tune at the moment, so I'm sure they'll do that down the line. And you'll also use MHD, but instead of going to a Flash MHD map, you'd go to where it says Flash Custom Map, and you can do everything through here. So Flash MHD map, we'll do the latest one, which is 1.84. Stage 2 Plus, since the car is full bolt-on, and we'll do 93 octane. Once you do that, it'll connect to the car. You can go to options where you have a few things you can play around with. So once that's all done, we'll do map right. Also, another thing, if you have a pretty old battery or it's low charge, I always recommend, at least for the initial tune, to have a battery charger connected. You don't want to break your car halfway through. So we'll map right and it'll start doing this thing. Now you got to turn off the ignition and let the car sit for around 30 seconds and then we'll start it right back up. When the car's on, you can go to the monitor tab. And as you guys can see, we have some pre-configured stuff. This is how you log a run. So if you're doing a pull and you want to log it to make sure everything's running okay, or if you're doing a custom tune, very easy to just monitor everything. If you want to monitor something else, there's a bunch of things you can choose. You can start the log manually, or you can enable automatic. So as soon as you floor it, it'll start logging it automatically. You don't have to press the button up here, it just says ready. You can also reset adaptations from here, where you can see things you can reset. Mainly use this for troubleshooting if your car's acting up. So we actually filmed the entire process when we were replacing the lens on the headlights, and I accidentally deleted footage along with a bunch of other footage for other cars that I was filming, which sucks. But as you guys can see, this is what they look like now. Well, Ali went ahead and painted the housing to black, satin black. So it was like a gray color before. One thing you can notice is because the lens is brand new, the eyebrow actually looks kind of white. Before it was like a very deep yellow look, and that was because the lens were completely clapped. Huge upgrade here, guys, and it's, you know, the lens, the pair, you buy it on eBay or Amazon, 120 bucks, and it legit transforms the front end of your car, because nothing looks worse than having clapped headlights in the front section of your car, which is the most aggressive part of the car, in my opinion, at least for BMWs. You change that, man, it completely changes the look of the car. If you guys are interested in knowing how we took the lens off, in a nutshell, you use a heat gun to soften up the adhesive, a pick tool or something. Take your time with it, make sure you don't break any of the clips, and then you unscrew some of these portions out and then you replace it over. You switch them over. Stuff like this and this right here. I do have a video I filmed back in the day where we did it a similar way, but it was not as easy, and if you guys want to see an example of that, I'll leave a link to that video down in the video's description. But Ali did it. How long did it take you to do it?
The second headlight was like 20 minutes.
So he took his time with that, and I mean within an hour he had one headlight, and then by the time he did the second one, it was much faster because he already knew what he was doing. We also did the fuel pump, the stage 2, fuel it, but that also got deleted. But there's not much to it. There's plenty of fuel pump replacement videos on YouTube, and it's not, you know, like a double pump system anyways. It's a pretty simple one. Remove the old one and you put the new one, plug it in, OEM connectors, nothing special. So I'm not too sad that footage got deleted. I was more sad about the headlights, but we're good. What we're currently doing now, and why I haven't revved the car and show you guys what the exhaust, what the variables and all that sounds like, is because we're actually chasing a misfire, which is the one thing that's stopping us from completing this video and driving it and seeing how saucy it is. And the car was previously clapped, so there's just little things we have to go through, and as you can see, Ali is over here trying to figure that out.
And it's one of those misfires that doesn't throw a fault, doesn't do anything. It's just there.
And you just kind of have to guess around, and it can be a very lucky guess, or it could be one that takes days to find out what the hell it is, because as you're swapping out parts from other cars and trying to diagnose what it is.
The fact that the car has been through, I guess, hell and back doesn't help either, because I don't know what's been taken off and what hasn't been taken off. So I have to take off everything. Yay.
Yeah, so once we figure it out, we'll keep you guys updated and hopefully take this car for a drive and rip on it. So we're gonna go log the car to find out what the misfire is. We've tried as much as we could messing with the engine bay, and everything seems to be okay. No boost leaks or anything like that. So we're gonna run a log. I'll contact my tuner, David Shoop, and then see if you can figure it out. He's normally a master at seeing a lot of these issues that are like invisible somewhat. So we're gonna make sure to log short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim. Obviously we have the road pressure, IETs and all that stuff, and there's a bunch of other options that I did. So I put it on auto mode, so as soon as I floor it, it should start recording, and we'll go from there. We got a drivetrain malfunction. Yes! Finally, at least we can figure out what the hell's going on. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the N55 starter package. So, read the codes: combustion misfire, several cylinders, fuel injection, deactivation, fuel injection, deactivation, misfire, several cylinders, damage to catalytic converter, or damaging exhaust gas. Saucy!
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Our standards are different, bro. You can't compare it to a 700 horsepower N54 or F80. Come on, man.
I don't know.
That's pretty fast. It went over 100 miles an hour like nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I only went 45.
I meant kilometers.
After completely checking everything to chase this weird misfire issue, we decided to swap out the O2 sensors and we replaced some of the injectors. The car was definitely much better, but still had this weird hesitation on startup, which would eventually clear up rather quickly. We took it on a few more runs to make sure everything was good before telling the customer to pick up the car.
That's pretty fast, bro. You gotta go based on what we have in the car. It's an OTS map, first of all.
Well, we got throttle response back.
It was super laggy earlier. I had like input delay, bro. Bro, the burbles. I don't know if y'all hearing the burbles, bro, but that shit is annoying. So do we keep the burbles on or we take them off?
Take that shit off. Sounds stupid.
Oh God! Much better. Guys, we are finally done with the E92. It was like a week and a half of chasing this weird misfiring issue where the car was running a little bit rough. We finally kind of figured it out. Ended up being ejectors, right?
I would say we fixed it all the way-ish. As in, the car obviously was rough. After replacing a bunch of things, it still has a weird startup, but idle's like good now. So I think the whole entire fuel system just needs to be gone through, aka the injectors, because we did use injectors in there just to see if it fixed the misfiring issue, which it got rid of that, but the car has startup issue. It wants to blip and then come back down and then normalize, which I think could be injector again.
Yeah.
But being that injectors cost $650 for this car, a new high pressure fuel pump, you already know it's an N54 style high pressure fuel pump, so $1,300 to do all of that and not go over the budget is kind of hard.
Yeah, it's tough. We're running out of time too, and we don't want to make the customer wait any longer.
It kind of sucks that we can't do everything, because ideally I would want the car to be 100%, and I'm sure we can edit this video and say, oh, it's great. But this ain't the channel for that.
No, we're honest here. We're honest with everybody.
There's certain things that the car still needs. It's not 100% perfect car from how it is from factory, but it is pretty much like a 95% car. Everything as far as maintenance is taken care of. Exterior, you can already see.
Looks great.
It's all done.
Look at that. That is a huge transformation from when you first got it.
Yeah.
To now, where the customer is actually going to pick up this car tomorrow morning. So, but this is freaking dope.
It does also have a new transmission, which we never really mentioned. We got it from OEMGarage, which he got his F30 interior from.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's our go-to when it comes to BMW used parts, and he ships fast and he has some quality stuff.
Overall, from what it was, I think
it's absolutely amazing.
I think it's like 10 times better.
We're gonna fast forward to tomorrow where the customer sees the car for the first time. I think that's gonna be very exciting. Make sure to hit the like button, really does help with the channel, and we put a lot of work into this car. And I guess one question where you guys can comment your answers below, is it something you guys wanna see more often where we get kind of these, I guess, neglected, poorly maintained cars?
We don't do shit for free, by the way.
But like poorly maintained, neglected cars, and just, you know, transform them like that, something like this in like 1 or 2 episodes. If that's something you guys really want to see, I mean, that first part to this video got like 300,000 views, so it seems like it's something you guys would like to see more often. It takes a lot of investment and money from our side to make it happen, but if it's something you guys would actually enjoy watching, then I might consider it. And also, last thing, make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on a future episode if we decide to do this with another car. Anyways, let's get on to the reaction.
She said she was like gonna act weird. I'm already recording, by the way. So?
I love it. I really like the wrap and the black accents. I don't know anything about cars, I just wanted it to look pretty. Okay, I don't want to get it twisted.
Wow, it does look good. That's for sure. It does look good.
And this one's perfect.
It does have the pops.
Oh, I like the pops. I was like, oh, I heard it. Oh, that's nice.
I guess that wraps it up for the POS E92 that turned into this now. New thumbnail.